DNS over HTTPS, what they're calling DOH. Hey, this is Tom Tech Show, and today we're covering something that's a good thing, but they've named it rather oddly. So DNS over HTTPS provides some security. Let's kind of look at it. So in Wikipedia, we have the kind of article DNS over HTTPS. Of course, whenever you look up anything, when you're typing in, Google or Microsoft or whatever, Disney.com or whatever name you're looking up, you're actually not going to. There's no site that has that name. What's out there is an IP address, but how we correlate those and get those connected is, of course, through the domain name system, which allows you to look up what IP address that is, and then forward your browser to that. Your browser knows where to go. So right now, that's all done over clear text. So if I type in www.mybank.com and someone is there watching, sniffing my Wi-Fi at my house as I'm doing this on my tablet and I'm doing my banking. Well, someone could potentially be sniffing that and seeing, doing kind of a man in the middle thing for what I'm going to. Then they know my bank. They know how often I go look up things in the bank, things like that. So there's definitely a lot of privacy that can leak out just by DNS. I mean, they can also, if they know what sites you're going to, so they can create a fake mirror my bank site, and in between there, they know you're going to my bank, which is a certain IP address. They can inject their own DNS, which then can direct you to their site if someone actually gets that far hacked into your network. So there's a lot of security things that can be fixed by doing DNS over HTTPS. So that means that all of your queries to all the sites that you're going to are all going to be encrypted over HTTPS, which is a good thing. Okay, so Windows 10 Insider Build, the latest Insider Build, has that built into it. So, but it's not on by default, so we have to turn it on. Okay, so this is my Windows 10 Insider Build. What we're going to do first is a little beknown to many people. This is probably there's a packet monitoring system that's now built into Windows. So we need to do packet mon filter. I had the filter there. Remove. So that gets rid of all my filters, because all I want to do right now is filter on port 53, which is DNS. Okay, so let's come here. Let's go filter add -p 53. So we're going to filter on port 53. So pkt mon start etw -m space real time. Yes, there's a lot of different options in this new packet monitoring thing. It's not very well documented, so it takes a little poking around to get this to kind of work. So right now you can see it's here. If I come up here to this other window and I go ping www.disney.com, it's going to go, and I get a lot of data popping up here because it's doing a DNS query, and it's doing that over port 53, which I'm monitoring on. So I can see I'm getting packets here, and all of those packets I can see right here. All of these packets are fully in the clear. I can see where it's going to, different information, the IP addressings. So you can see there's a lot of information here that's being leaked out. Okay, so how do we get this turned on and get this going? So let's go to Registry Editor, and we want to come down to one of these lovely registries. There's no switch inside Windows yet to turn it on. Hopefully at some point it will just be on by default. or in an auto mode, so that if it's available in your DNS server, then it will eventually work. Okay, so H key local machine system current control set services DNS cache parameters, and then we come over here and we create a new D word value enable auto DOH. We set that to 2. Why we have to set it to 2 instead of just 1? One may be preferred, one may not be, kind of thing. I don't know. But we do also have to come over to our Ethernet connection, our network connection, go to Internet Protocol version 4, properties, come down here and set a DNS to a DNS server that we know has DNS over HTTPS enabled, which is the 8.8.8.8 is Google's, so I know I can use that. There are several others. Cloudflare on their 1.1.1.1 and Quad 9 9.9.9.9 also works. Okay. So apparently we do not have to reboot or anything, which is nice. So that's already there, just we have to turn on that switch. So instead of DNS to that, it is active. Now, if I go and ping something, marvel.com, and I'm pinging it, and if you notice the window on the bottom didn't move. So there's no packets that are going over port 53. So all of my packets now that I'm going to do, that are going to look up the Marvel domain name, are over HTTPS. They're not in the clear. I'm not seeing any traffic on there. So that allows me to do my DNS over HTTPS and provide some extra layers of security while you're browsing the internet and doing your banking and everything else that you do on your daily basis, daily lookups, daily things that you're doing, and especially if you're in like a cafe or something that has its own, Wi-Fi. Now you're on a public Wi-Fi, and you really want the people on a public Wi-Fi to know that you're going to your bank, things like that. No, you don't. So this will be good once it rolls out in probably the next version of Windows, whether it's going to be automatic or whether you're going to have to, do this registry entry in order to get it working. Hopefully not. Hopefully it'll just be on by default. And if it can be enabled on your DNS server, then it will work. You will have to go and make sure that your DNS server is capable of DNS over HTTPS. That's why there's the Cloudflare, Google, and Quad 9 ones that are out there that do work right now that you can use. So there you go. That's DNS over HTTPS. It's pretty easy to set up. Hopefully once this gets released to the public, it'll just be on by default, and there'll be an easy list of published DNS servers that have HTTPS enabled so that we can all easily switch over and use them. So all right, well, thanks for watching this one. If you have any comments about how I did this or how it's set up or anything, please leave those below. I'll be sure and comment back to you with information that I have. All right. Thanks for watching. Take care.